From the Cronkite studios in downtown Phoenix, this is Cronkite News.
Welcome to this Cronkite News Education Special. I'm Devin Conley. Thanks for joining us. Tonight, Cronkite News is taking a look back at challenges and solutions facing our schools across Arizona and the creative ways teachers are inspiring children in the classroom.
Many high school students dream about their future, and that may include college. But in Arizona, going to certain high schools may leave a better chance of achieving that goal. I talked to a senior at Desert Vista High School to find out what he's doing to make sure his college dreams come true.
Well, I'm a very hardworking individual, and I try to be as much involved in my community as much as possible.
In Arizona, not every high school student is given the same opportunities.
And I just do everything I can to really make sure when I am doing something, I'm putting everything into it.
Brian Kwasinski, a senior at Desert Vista High School in the Tempe Union School District, is one out of many students who is prepared to go to college since he stepped into high school.
Overall, I've looked at a lot of different colleges and make sure I've been studying there and really setting myself up for the future. And after I determined what I wanted to go into, that was what affected my classes.
Unfortunately, many Arizona high school students aren't as set up for success as Kwasinski. In a recent study by the Arizona Board of Regents, half the graduates going to post-secondary education in fall of 2014 graduated from 52 out of Arizona's 488 high schools. Desert Vista was number 2 in the state for its high number of graduates who went on to college or community college.
And overall, the environment at Desert Vista, it's very motivated people. And so it just helps to encourage that, you go for what you want to go for.
Mark Kulik, the Tempe Union District Counselor, says what makes the difference is staying ahead and keeping students and parents informed.
One of the really important things is that we talk to students early about things. It's no longer something where someone can go through grades 9, 10, 11, and then senior year say, oh, it's time to apply. They'll miss stuff. And so trying to work with families, whether that be through parent nights or programs on campus or a number of different things to make sure they're thinking about it even as early as 8th grade.
I would definitely say early is much better because you should do the research beforehand and not rush it, but you do want to get there as soon as possible so you know what you're doing, and also when coursework picks up, you don't want to have to choose between the two.
Kwasinski plans to major in entrepreneurship and operations management in college. His top schools include University of Arizona, Fordham University, Miami Ohio University, Creighton University, and Tulane.
Arizona ranked #1 for the best state to live in because of how well state Medicaid programs serve those with intellectual and developmental disabilities. That's according to a study released this year by United Cerebral Palsy. But our state fails to make the top 10 list of the best states for special education services from the organization Autism Speaks. Cronkite News reporter Ivan Rodriguez tells us how this calls for a greater need in options when it comes to education and financing for children with autism.
I spoke with a family who has 2 daughters with autism and visited a school that focuses on helping children with special needs. I found educating children with ASD has its own challenges and how parents pick the best option.
Both girls are both diagnosed with autism. Mackenzie was diagnosed about 2.5, almost 3 years old. Sheridan was diagnosed about the same age.
The type of education autistic children will thrive in is unique to each child. The Andersons say their children have very different needs.
Mackenzie is in a self-contained classroom at a public school, and Sheridan is more regular education with resource pull-out. In the beginning for Mackenzie, it was a little rough trying to figure out what classroom would best fit her. A lot of trial and error. Probably about 1st grade is when we found the classroom that was really beneficial.
We were told at a very young age that Mackenzie would never say I love you, and we wanted to prove everybody wrong.
I remember one time we were at a little gym and Mackenzie wasn't talking yet, and she said something about swing, and I was sitting there in the middle of the little gym just screaming, hooting, hollering, and the mom was looking at me dumbfounded like, she said the word swing, what's the big deal? And it's like, you don't understand, we've been working at this so hard.
Both Mackenzie and Sheridan say they are very thankful for their parents.
For helping us to become athletic and stuff. Yep. And for helping us achieve our goals. And yeah, and help us learn and do facts and help us with our homework sometimes. Yep. yeah, I just want to say thank you for that.
Director Deborah Watland of the Sierra Academy in Scottsdale, which provides education for students with special needs, believes that early intervention is key and that taking advantage of the Empowerment Scholarship is a great resource.
A lot of our parents are able to access the Empowerment Scholarship account to provide those funds so that they can make the educational decisions rather than the public schools making the decisions for them.
The Empowerment Scholarship is state funded. To be eligible, the school district has to identify the child as having a disability under the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. The child has to be entering kindergarten, and both the child and parents have to be Arizona residents. According to the Friedman Foundation, Arizona was the first state to enact an education savings account. 2,499 students are receiving the scholarship as of fall 2015. This accounts for only 22% of students eligible statewide. I'm Ivan Rodriguez, Cronkite News.
Tempe schools are taking a high-tech approach to get students college and career ready.
The goal is to meet 21st century standards.
Cronkite News reporter Kendall Bartley took a look at the trend of tablet time in the classroom.
I talked to technology experts and educators about the transition to technology-based learning styles and what it means for the students' future.
Southern Ocean.
This high-tech classroom is part of a growing program in the Tempe Elementary School District. These students are getting hands-on time with computers, iPads, and other tech gear.
One of our biggest goals is that the students are using the technology throughout the day. It's not just for fun specific projects, it's technology that's integrated throughout the curriculum, throughout all their different lessons.
Teachers from all over the district come together once a month to share their success. To help with the transition, the district has brought in technology experts like Darren Gonzalez to help teachers incorporate the technology into their classrooms.
We try and make sure that they're ready for a digital ecosystem, whether it's whatever business or career they go into, they're going to need to have some type of technology skill.
Jessica Foster, a second grade teacher at Rover Elementary School, says her students transitioned easier than she did.
Well, at first it was a huge learning curve because I didn't use technology when I was a student, but then as soon as I saw what technology natives they were, they could pick up iPads and technology and use it almost without instruction.
What they are doing in elementary schools gets them prepared for what's next. All sixth graders in the district are provided with laptops, and the program will only keep growing.
Every year we're going to have that bumped up. So 7th grade next year we'll have 1-to-1, and then the following year we'll have 8th grade. So in 3 years we'll have every student in our middle schools will be 1-to-1 as well.
Awesome. The district is planning to allow all 6th grade students to take their laptops home with them beginning in January. In the Broadcast Center, Kendall Bartley, Cronkite News.
More Arizona teachers are turning to crowdfunding to get the supplies they need for their classrooms. Cronkite News reporter James Anderson is looking into the trend.
As school budgets are squeezed, teachers are getting creative to make sure their students have the supplies they need. And one of the popular strategies is to use crowdfunding sites. A search of the Donors Choose Teacher Crowdfunding website shows about 600 ongoing fundraisers in the state. At Sunny Slope Elementary School in Phoenix, the dictionaries in the 7th and 8th grade language arts classrooms carry the wear and tear of some 10 years. But replacements are coming soon, thanks to a new ally, GoFundMe. Sunny Slope serves underprivileged students, and the teachers say they will be excited to have new books. One of the teachers, Jenny Vargas, says small donations have added up. The GoFundMe site was started by a friend, and in the past few hours met its goal of $953. For multimedia coverage and where you can go to donate, go to cronkitenews.azppbs.org.
School lunch prices are on the rise this year, up by as much as $0.25 per meal. Cronkite News reporter Cassandra Anthonson shows us what's behind the increase.
The actual increase varies by district, but when I visited the Mesa and Scottsdale districts, the increase was up 10 cents for a total of $2.60 per lunch.
Students at Yavapai Elementary School are paying a little more for their school lunch. Just like you may be paying a little more for your groceries, schools are also paying more for food. Patty Bilberry has been the Director for Nutrition Services at Scottsdale Unified for the past 10 years. She says schools are required to keep prices fair for all students, part of the Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act.
It requires us to look at our paid meal price in relation to our free meal reimbursement and make sure that those align with each other. So you don't see your paid meals being supported by your free meals.
The federal regulation was passed back in 2010. Districts look at their lunch prices each year to try and meet the standards.
That doesn't always relate to a price increase. If it shows that we are aligned, we don't have to do a price increase.
The Mesa Public School District will also be increasing cost of lunch, but not breakfast. Nutrition Director Loretta Zullo says it's important to try and keep the prices down.
We tried to keep it to a minimum because we do know that increasing meal prices can create a hardship for families, especially if they have multiple children in various grade levels.
Zullo says kids are getting more for their money and healthier options.
If you look at the amount of nutrients and the choices and variety that are presented to kids at lunchtime, parents still reap a great value by choosing to have their kids participate in the lunch program.
The cost increase only covers the menu as it stands now. The items available on the menu will not change. Good news for families in the Scottsdale and Mesa area, the cost of breakfast is staying the same. Live in the Media Center, Cassandra Anfinson, Cronkite News.
As Arizonans try to make sense of 4 different funding plans for education, we're learning more about Superintendent of Public Instruction Diane Douglas's plan. Cronkite News education reporter Angie Schuster breaks it down and takes a look at what questions the public has when it comes to how we're teaching our students.
This latest plan from Diane Douglas is 165 pages. So large she handed the plan to reporters on these flash drive bracelets. And notably, although Douglas does have the authority to implement her ideas, her plan would require the support of the Arizona State Board of Education, which could prove tricky.
I've never seen a superintendent of public instruction come out with a comprehensive solution to cure our education ills.
Superintendent Douglas discussed the 4 main focus areas of her plan at Thursday's news conference. Her plan calls for an immediate $400 million per year to be allocated to education for use of salaries and/or reducing classroom sizes, to integrate culturally inclusive programs that celebrate the diversity of Arizona students, creation of educational development zones to attract teachers to underserved education areas with financial incentives, and lastly, the elimination of the Common Core standards, which was one of the main points on her election platform.
I challenge the State Board of Education to vote at their very next meeting to reverse their previous actions and sever the ties between Arizona and the Common Core standards.
Funding is a main concern for Arizona voters. Our Public Insight Network Bureau released an inquiry asking what you think needs to be done to improve K-12 education in Arizona. Elizabeth Bishop responded saying the funding already appropriated and owed to the schools needs to be given to the schools. No more gimmicks by the governor to fund schools.
The revenues are already over the projections, and we've not really hit what are considered the biggest sales tax months yet. So I expect that they will be in the revenues already without raising taxes, and I can't think of a better way to spend them or a better way to put that money to good use than the children of Arizona.
During our one-on-one interview with Douglas, we asked the questions you tweeted to us. @ButtsMom tweeted us asking, do you think closing schools labeled failing is a productive way to improve education? Alternative ideas?
We have to have a comprehensive system to evaluate all our schools.
Let us know what you think should happen to Diane Douglas in K-12 education by visiting cronkitenews.azpbs.org and search Penn Bureau. In the Broadcast Center, Angie Schuster, Cronkite News.
Education budgets are tight in Arizona, leaving some programs underfunded. Cronkite News reporter Kendall Bartley found a local elementary school district that isn't letting these budget cuts get in the way of music education.
Tempe Elementary School District's PTA raised $3,000 to keep music programs going. A grant from the city of Tempe matched that. With $6,000, the district selected Rover Elementary to receive the equipment necessary for band, orchestra, and choir for all of their 3rd graders.
You get to have fun on music and it makes fun sounds.
With fundraising, help from parents, and a grant from the City of Tempe, the Tempe School District was able to incorporate music education starting with their 3rd graders. Rover Elementary Band Director Tyler Hudda believes music is as important as other basic curriculum.
To give them that emotional feedback that music gives them, it's not that evident in the other subject areas.
These 3rd graders are getting hands-on experience with different instruments twice a week.
I think overall, bringing band and orchestra to 3rd grade is an excellent decision, and I'm very glad that we were able to fund it.
Michael Anderson Elementary School in Avondale didn't get the same financial support, but their music teacher Joshua John Drew is doing what he can to provide for his students.
I want to realize kids' dreams, and we need support to be able to facilitate that.
He also feels that the problem might not only be with funding.
No one questions that math is important. No one questions that science is important, but you have to debate all the time, and you have to change minds as well as hearts when it comes to music for whatever reason.
The State Department of Education is working on implementing new art standards for all public schools and plan to have them in place in the 2016-2017 school year. I'm Kendall Bartley, Cronkite News.
The gift of music doesn't come easy or cheap. With schools in Arizona having limited funds, music is the first to go, and lessons in the Phoenix area average about $30 per half hour. But Cronkite News reporter Yahaira Jaquez found a piano teacher in Phoenix who's making music accessible to all.
Watch closely, and each day you'll see children marching up and down this porch.
I see a lot of kids coming and going.
Outside, you can see why. Get close enough, and you can hear. This is the 40th year Carol Whaley has been teaching piano out of her West Phoenix home.
They learn new pieces, and all of a sudden their faces just light up.
Students like Allie Spiller, who struck her first chord with Mrs. Whaley back in the 1st grade.
And I stuck with it because once I really get good at it, it's really fun to play, like when you get good at the song and see how it feels.
It doesn't come easy. She hits the wrong notes, and getting the right tempo down is a challenge.
She'll correct me on it and be like, remember, hit this.
Mrs. Whaley lets them struggle and then helps. Her chair squeaks as she leans over, pointing to the right note.
You're figuring it out on your own, but she's there to go, do it this way and it'll be easier for you.
As Arizona schools spend less on the performing arts, Mrs. Whaley's classes are more valuable than ever. But it's more than classes that make neighborhood kids come back.
I like talking with her, and I tell her a lot of stuff, and she helps me get through it.
When she comes in, and as many of the children do, they want to talk to you. So piano lessons are more than just teaching piano. It's being a friend for them. Somewhere safe to go.
Somewhere safe in a neighborhood that needs it.
In this neighborhood, it means a lot. There are many children who would not be able to afford lessons. By having less expensive rates, it's given them an opportunity.
Neighborhood mom or grandma is her title, and no one can deny that.
I've lived here my whole life, grew up right across the street, so she brings a lot to the community. A lot of the kids know her.
They've learned over the years that it's a place you can come and just hang out and visit if you want, you know.
And she thinks she's hit a high note with that one.
I'm glad I've been able to influence so many lives. And I have students, ex-students, come by and say, I drive by your house and I remember.
It's a gift she has.
This is what Carol was designed to do. She has a gift of playing piano.
But also one she shares.
She has a gift with young kids, and it's what she was made to do.
In Phoenix, Yahaira Jaquez.
Oh, good job.
Cronkite News.
Mrs. Whaley works out pricing with each family, making sure cost isn't a reason for a child not to take lessons.
When you go to the fair, you think funnel cakes, rides, and fun. But do you ever think education? Reporter Julia Thatcher got the chance to sit down and talk to the students at the school that travels with the fair.
It folds up like an accordion. Walls shifting in, floorboards sliding together. It then gets on the road and travels across the country. It's a one-room schoolhouse, teaching kids K through 8, all in hopes to give these kids, whose parents are a part of the fair, a normal education.
They're going to school and learning some really great stuff that they probably wouldn't get in a regular public school. They're definitely 21st century learners. They are hands-on we incorporate as much technology as we can.
The curriculum includes all the basics: math, science, English, and even Spanish. Camet Christian Academy tailors their school to their students as well as to the fair traveling schedule. School's in session starting in February and they're out in November. And the students really only have one issue.
It's only bad because you can't go to any dances. Because, I mean, I'm with my cousins all the time.
This is the first year for the school. They're a private school and are accredited through the Association of Christian Schools International. The mobile school gives the kids the chance to stay with their families throughout the year.
I like being with my mom and dad a lot instead of staying away from them all year.
Although their upbringing may seem unconventional, this traveling school provides stability and normalcy for its students. At the Arizona State Fair, Julia Thatcher, Cronkite News.
Once these kids are finished with junior high, families will discuss more permanent options for high school. Students will then fly to wherever the fair is traveling, so families can be together on the weekends.
Educational funding is one of the main concerns in Arizona. I had a chance to take a look at how one major league organization in Arizona is trying to help the cause.
Carter Davidson wants to make sure his students learn as much as they possibly can.
One of the things that we find in education often is that we don't always have the resources we want for extracurricular projects or things beyond and above the typical curriculum.
But sometimes Carter doesn't get the necessary funding to teach as creatively as he wants to.
We're trying to provide kids the opportunities to engage in the engineering process with materials, things that they, again, aren't seeing usually inside their classrooms.
That's where the Arizona Diamondbacks come in. The professional baseball team, in partnership with the University of Phoenix, says they are committed to helping the community, especially in education.
Over the last few years, we've given away over 100 grants to 100 different schools, totaling $550,000 to incredible programs that are really making a difference in their schools.
These grants help teachers like Carter who are committed to helping their students no matter what the cost.
You know, when you get that call, it's just, you know that you're going to be able to do something great for kids. That's the way I feel. You're going to be able to do something good for the schools.
Being creative, telling a story, and explaining how these grants are going to make a lasting legacy is what the D-backs are looking for in an ideal candidate.
Really think about what they can do for children that otherwise they couldn't do, and just look to expand the horizons.
Helping teachers like Carter can create a better educational environment that can lead to success in those students' futures.
Investing in education in Arizona right now is so important to us to bridge the gap for teachers and students at a time when they desperately need our help.
To apply to receive an educational grant from the Arizona Diamondbacks and the University of Phoenix, please visit their website, dbacks.com/school challenge. Applications are due before September 30th.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Cronkite News reporter Kendall Bartley tells us how Paradise Valley School District is using this premise to teach students STEM subjects.
From the cow to the cone, the district is taking something the students already are interested in, ice cream, and using it to teach first graders subjects like science, engineering, technology, and math. The teachers say the Ice Cream Factory program uses live, in-person, experiential learning. Oh, and it's utterly fun as well.
My name is Clayton, and I'm excited to share with you this week's lesson.
Clayton Kingsley is a junior at Pinnacle High School and the face of Ice Cream Factory. Ice Cream Factory is a 4-week-long live broadcast shown to every first grader in the district. It teaches students the steps it takes to create that sweet snack they love so much.
I think it really started from fun. How do we make sure that students understand that learning can be exciting?
Each week, Kingsley teaches a specific part of the ice cream process, beginning with the cow and where the milk comes from, to how the flavor for the ice cream is made and ends up in their cone. The district brings in an expert from local companies like Arizona Farm Bureau, Superstition Farms, and the Sweet Republic Artisan Ice Cream Shops.
I think that opportunity to introduce them to the people that are really working jobs that they haven't even learned about yet. It's not in a textbook, it's real, and I think it's meaningful.
The students also get to interact by asking the experts questions. After the interactive broadcast, the students participate in a lab related to what they learned.
We need to teach all of the standards. It's not individual standards all separated out. They're all integrated together. So for me, it's a fun, hands-on way for the kids to get those standards met.
I was able to join the lab in Mrs. Stanton's class. Here, students sniffed paper bags with ice cream flavored scents and then drew a picture of what they smelt.
The ice cream is just a big trick to get them to learn science. It's all cleverly hidden under layers of chocolate and sprinkles.
Now the fun doesn't stop just there. To top it off, this January, the district is bringing a live cow from a farm in Texas to every elementary school in the district. These kids get to see a live demonstration of a cow being milked and learn about the animal's anatomy. I'm Kendall Bartley, Cronkite News.
One Brophy College prep student is being recognized for his excellence in journalism. I had a chance to talk with Reese Krantz about the project that he worked on that gained him this prestigious award.
This is probably one of my favorite classes to take here at Brophy.
Reese Krantz, a humble Brophy College prep student, realizes creating a newspaper is a team effort.
Oh, I think it's great to represent Brophy, you know. To win an award like that, it's not a solo effort.
Krantz won the Arizona Interscholastic Press Association Award for Excellence in Staff Editorial. Brophy College prep student newspaper The Roundup won first place in the 2015 Newspaper General Excellence Award, something Krantz was in charge of.
I think he's already doing the next level of work right now, and I'm fortunate for that.
Krantz's teacher, Micah Malloy, says there's a high standard that Krantz brings to his work, and even his peers recognize it.
He's the type of student that he just does the work. I don't have to direct him on what to do. He knows what to do. He gets it done, and he's a really fantastic writer on top of that.
Malloy isn't surprised of Krantz or even the newspaper's success. The Roundup has won many awards from the AIPA, and it's because of students like Krantz.
He's really good at looking at the bigger picture and then making decisions about what goes online, when it gets published, who he needs information from, based on what is going to be good for our community.
Overall, Krantz is good at journalism because he loves what he does, and he says he's in his element.
I don't do it for the awards. I guess it's something that I just enjoy doing. It's something I take as a class, and I want to be here because I work with some good people, and it's just a fun environment.
Krantz hopes to focus on an engineering degree when he gets to college, but says he will continue writing as well.
Thanks for joining us for this Cronkite News Education Special. For top Arizona stories anytime, go to cronkitenews.azpbs.org.